Hello, everyone. This is the game for the 1 p.m. time slot on pitch one here at the Howard County Qualifier for USQ. DCQC will be wearing black and defending the left-hand tubes. Connecticut Quadball will be wearing blue and defending the right-hand tubes. Connecticut's going to have the chance to grab dodgeball control here early. DC with the quadball run-up advantage. I do not have Rasmus in front of me. I'm going to do my very best. Little bit of bias here towards DC because I live in Maryland, but I should most the Connecticut players too. They also have names like New Jersey, so I need to be best here as the game goes on. The big story of the day here so far is definitely the wind here on this pitch. You'll note that all of the balls need to be held by referees here before brooms up call, and the previous game on this pitch had many hoops blow down during offensive possessions. Kind of a big story of that game, so we'll see if that continues throughout this one. Connecticut definitely the favorites here in this game, though I believe DCQC is widely regarded as the second best team in this pool, so DCQC will be aiming for the upset. We have the brooms down call, referees, thumbs up. And brooms up here quick. Burgess going for the dodgeball, cannot quite get it, so there's going to be control here. Early. Pass far side deep or near side deep. Now as McConaughey takes it. Back behind and being marked by John Jackson in the green headband. Andrew Steinberg up top with it. Passes over to High. High has Koretsky in front with a dodgeball. The throw comes from Koretsky, but a little drop there. Burgess is beat out. That's going to be dodgeball control maintained by Connecticut. The shot, nope, not a shot. Pass. McConaughey on the bounce, no good. John Jackson now has it. Steinberg beat out. John Jackson up and running. Koretsky gets the beat off, but the pass goes far side. That's Anna Blanchfield with the goal. 1-0 early here for Connecticut as Havlin comes in to play with Shu after that initial run-up. So slow here, Steinberg, ball carrying. They ask for play to be stopped to have a hoop fixed on their offensive side. So it's going to be Steinberg in green with McConaughey, Neutzel, High in white headbands. Bernie Burgess, Adrian Koretsky beating. Looks like Lulu Shu and Max Havlin beating for Connecticut, along with John Jackson, Anna Blanchfield, Leo Free. I believe that's Anna Luisa Nicole for Connecticut here. Looking like a 2-2 setup, and that hoop immediately falls down again on DC. It's tough all day. Steinberg's immediately going to take the reset and ask for that to be fixed. We'll see if it pays off, but that hoop is going down so easily. I'm not really sure they're going to have it as an option even here after this stoppage. Again, it just falls down immediately. They might actually need a new hoop here. The wind is blowing consistently, but that's blowing down without even a big gust. So again, early here, 1-0 for Connecticut. They had dodgeball control to start the game and have been able to maintain that. Their only offensive possession was a fast break. The John Jackson connection to Anna Blanchfield to score the goal. And yep, they are just going to go ahead and replace this hoop as the other 5 in the field are doing okay in the current wind. In the last game, it was quite frequent to see 4 of the 6 hoops on the field all fall over at once. So a new base here. Hopefully this will be a little bit sturdier here for this DC side. Looks like it's going to do all right. Although crucially, they did have to use their reset to get this hoop taken care of. So that reset has already been used. Steinberg here, cross half as Burgess and Koretsky look to win control back. Looks like they're targeting Havlin here early. Havlin gets beat out, kind of bodies out Burgess as he drops the ball. Havlin can take control. High has it, pumped from Shu, and the pass against the wind cannot connect. Blanchfield's intercepts John Jackson's his teammates get it front. Burgess back with the dodgeball here for DC. As Koretsky's going to go mark Havlin. Neutral comes out to cover the pass to Nicole. Cole tries to work left, comes back right, gets the pass out to Freed. Freed back to McConaughey. Burgess steps out. The shot from Freed is good, and it's 2-0 early for Connecticut. Not sure DC is going to have much of a chance here without dodgeball control. 2 early subs here as Colin Bourne comes in with a black headband and Julia Rankin comes in with a white headband for DC. It's Jeanette High, going to ball handle the pump fake. Closes the gap to Blanchfield here. The pass comes back to Steinberg. Dodgeball's on the ground. I think a catch there from Bourne. Steinberg is beat out. The shot was no good. Bourne is potentially able to win control. There was some boundary nonsense over there. Bourne was, I think, inbounds through the ball and then out of bounds by the time he got hit by Havlin's dodgeball. So it is going to be bludger control or dodgeball control to DCQC. We'll see if they can use it to make a stop. Connecticut's 2 for 2 on their offensive possessions here in this game. John Jackson has it near side, goes into Freed, back to Jackson. Steinberg trying to play against both as there's a 1-3 defensive set here from DCQC. John Jackson, pump fake left, hoop goes down. And a yellow card on Ana Luisa Nicole for pushing Julia Rankin, pushing a player without a ball with 2 hands illegally to try to kind of open a hoop here against this 1-3. That's going to be a quad ball turnover. And the penalty is going to give DC the game. See if they can use control here to score. The Beaters are sprinting up the pitch. The quad ball's nowhere. Havlin's beat out, but it just doesn't matter as the Beaters were clearly not on the same page as the Chasers there. Havlin is going to have the lone dodgeball here for Connecticut. Pump fake from Steinberg. Backs it up a little bit against former teammate Blanchfield. Now High has it up top. Slowly walking right. Fake pass left. Drive through the middle. Behind to McConaughey. McConaughey shoots it through that small hoop. 2-1. John Jackson wants to go off and running. There's dodgeball on the ground. John Jackson gets through 2 defenders. Nobody back. Easy response for Jackson. 3-1. So after all that hard work for DCQC, their goal is all but nullified here. And Connecticut was also able to win dodgeball control back in the melee. So it's 3-1, and Bourne gets beat out. Ali Iannucci now the lone beater on Broom for DCQC. Shu beats out Steinberg, but the pass came to High. Iannucci gets beat out. High goes for the shot. John Jackson knocks it down. Jackson tries to get through Steinberg, gets around, met by McConaughey. McConaughey gets a wrap on Jackson. Jackson gets the ball out, but the one-handed grab from Leo Freed just before Steinberg can get there scores the goal in style. 4-1 Connecticut. And apart from a kind of their own mistake where they committed a foul, they've been perfect here on offensive possessions. As DCQC goes to a new chaser line, Rachel Williams, Julie Nutzel, Riley Stars in green, and then Andrew Bowman here ball handling across half with Rob Rice. The lone dodgeball here, trying to get control back with Iannucci. Nutzel, slow here. A block from Rob Rice might win control back. It's Rachel Williams confronted by Shu, gets the pass off to Bowman. Bowman back to Rachel Williams on the bounce. Goes for the shot, caught by John Jackson, and even when they're able to win control, DCQC is really not getting many good looks here on their offensive sets. The pass absolutely killed by the win, but Freed is able to corral it. Gets the ball out, Julie Nutzel intercepts, and that's a good hit there from Bowman to force the turnover. Leo Freed is directly behind Riley Stars. Rob Rice there to try to beat out Freed. Finally, Freed just commits to falling back. Again, control here with Havlin and Shu. They've lost it a few times, so they've had absolutely no trouble winning it back. Stars, deep corner, Nutzel. Nutzel rips a shot. That's good. 4-2. Julie Nutzel takes the open look and just drains it. Now Iannucci needs to throw a dodgeball back. There's going to be no dodgeballs here for DC on defense as Josh Johnson comes in. Josh Johnson picks up his Riley Stars. Riley gets a hand, stiff out, pushed it right off. Was able to recover. The story of last MLQ season was nobody could stop Josh Johnson. And I think that might be the story again here in this Q season. Just bothered by Nicole there. She's told to go back to hoops for bothering a player, keeper in the keeper zone. Williams just driving. Johnson there to meet. A knocked down here by Sanchez. Across half. Or Jack Butler there with the pump fake and then the throw. Josh Johnson fakes right, goes left. The floater goes 7-2. And it's quickly getting away here from DCQC. The plan certainly seems to be Josh Johnson on the field, give the ball to JJ, and let him score. 6-2 the score here, my bad, not 7-2. Butler here looking to win control with TJ Jenneret now. Mostly beating now, former life as a chaser. The pass goes through, blocked by Bowman. The second effort goes through, 6-3. Stars right on top of that quad ball. Sanchez picks it up, immediately hit by Stars. Great defense here by coach of DCQC. Going to slow this one down as now there's new beaters in for Connecticut. I believe it's Mullins and Chico. Sanchez to Johnson, back to Sanchez. 1-3 defensive set here as Jenneret is doing his best to beat out, try to win control. Well-timed play, the beat comes through on neutral immediately. The shot from Johnson goes through, 7-3. DCQC really just can't figure out what to do with the beaters here. They managed to win control, like I said, once or twice, but they really haven't been able to maintain it for more than a half court in either direction. Potentially the Kappa Chico knocks that they did against Havlin and Shu. It's Jenneret makes a beat. Goes for the pass. Chico's beat out. That's a bad misstep from Connecticut. As Stars gets the block over the top. Twice no good. Josh Johnson off and running. A beat comes through on Rankin. Josh Johnson gets hit from behind by Andrew Bowman. And that's going to be a yellow card. Contact from behind on Andrew Bowman. So control here is with Howard and Jenneret of DCQC. Connecticut's going to take this a little bit slow. Chico can't quite get the catch, but did enough that there's now no dodgeballs. Johnson gets around Rashby Stars pretty easily to just tap through Rankin. I think once again the story is just Josh Johnson is the best player in the world at this sport, and it doesn't really matter what else is happening on the pitch if he has the ball. Julia Rankin in a ball handle here as DC looks to close the gap. Down 8-3. Bowman behind, rips the shot, no good low, but Rankin picks it up to Stars, marked by Sanchez. Back to Rankin. To Williams now. And then back to Rankin. Some beats coming through from Jenneret. There's no beaters. Stars, far side to Williams. Goal ref, I think, called it good. Nobody else did. Rankin is going to recover this before it goes out of bounds. This success of Howard and Jenneret have had this pair has had a lot of success against this Connecticut beater pair, but the Chasers have done absolutely nothing to capitalize on some no dodgeball advantages. Again, Mullins is beat out. Shot ripped. I think Johnson got a hand on it, and that's going to be a turnover. No, block ball. It's off of a Chaser from Connecticut. So Rachel Williams now inbounds it. Gets it to Stars on the bounce. Stars gets wrapped up and then gets the block. The shot's no good low. Rankin picks it up. I think this is going to be a penalty here on Connecticut. And the pace of this game has sped up suddenly. Both teams really going all out. As I said, I think the big momentum swing here has been Jenneret and Howard getting a lot of success against Mullins and Chico here in the beater game. Although the Chaser defense from Connecticut has really kept DCQC locked down. We'll see if they can capitalize. Here's Bordeaux now into this one in a white headband for DCQC, and Adrian Koretsky back into the game behind the play. 1.5 here by TJ Jenneret. Goes through. Mullins dodgeball comes out. Is behind. Rankin gets beat out before. I think that should be a turnover. It's called motion. Bordeaux passed it to where Riley Stars was not. Josh Johnson here going to pass it over to Sanchez. Can slow it down and try to kill out this penalty. No Jenner, Gretzky do have control here. See if DCQC can get the stop. The control is that middle hoop balls. Jenner runs Johnson behind. Gretzky makes the beat on Sanchez. Jenner makes the beat and keep Johnson. And that's exactly what you need to do if you're DCQC. TJ Jenner at that possession just had laser eyes on Josh Johnson to take him out of the play. That penalty has expired for Connecticut. Bourdon to Gabe Templeton. Templeton puts it home, 8-4. The veteran club rookie Gabe Templeton gets the Connecticut to 8-4. I'm not going to see a change after DCQC's been able to maintain consecutive runs. That's time to move. Got the beat off TJ Jenner. To move immediately left the trail back there. Sanchez goes low right, comes around left above Bourdon, 9-4. But Templeton wants to go with speed. No, absolutely no doubt about it for DCQC. A good dodge there could win control back. It is going to win control back. DeMuth goes for the beat, an absolutely wild beat attempt that missed. But I think Koretsky was called back to hoops, claiming illegal impunity. They have not seen that Connecticut had thrown one of their dodgeballs away. Kind of a mess in the beater game there as DCQC cannot take advantage. Burgess now in with the lone dodgeball for DCQC. They're going to play a 1-3 defense here. Josh Johnson ball carrying far side. Johnson dodges the beat. Earl dodgeball is back. Johnson just immediately runs past Templeton and puts it through that middle hoop. Really tough to mark Johnson with a dodgeball when you only have the one on defense. So DCQC with a little bit of good fortune there for a few possessions. They loses the momentum they seem to have gained as they trail 10-4, and Iannucci and Rice going to be the Jupiter pair here against DeMuth and McCracken. Neutzel, ball handling, far behind. Back to Bourdon. Bourdon can't get around the corner, comes back up top to Neutzel. Neutzel driving, the no-look to Bourdon. Bourdon driving in, gets knocked down there by Freed. And a good defensive set there as Greg Bento now in. Iannucci gets a kick off. Bento, not by no So, and an easy goal here for Connecticut. It's spiraling out of control here, I think, for DC, 11-4. It's a timeout called here by DCQC. The success of TJ Jenner, Diana Howard against Tessa Mullins and Vinny Chico, kind of the only success at all that DCQC has had here so far this game. Connecticut really comfortable in the half court and the fast break side of things, and their chaser defense has been absolutely locked down, including when their beaters were being outplayed for that brief 2 or 3 minute period early on in this game. We are about 13 minutes into this game. The hoops have been standing up to the lip a lot better than it's good to see. Particularly after one of the hoops was replaced early on in this game. All right, teams going back to their brooms here. So again, DCQC trails 11-4, about 13 minutes into this game. Connecticut with dodgeball control. DCQC with the quad ball here as they come over half team blink early. Met by Bento near the keeper line. Shot from McCratty. Tino Bordone gets beat out, and that's going to be a run. Templeton comes back, knocks it out of Blanchfield's hands. With Ali Iannucci in front, DCQC gets a second chance here. Handling with Ali Iannucci and Rob Rice in front. Still looking to win control back here as the middle hoop has fallen over on this possession. Stalling warning has been given. Tino Bordone drives. Tries to cut around the corner, kick it. Bento throws the ball to some open space. Templeton first to it, but gets beat out by Connecticut. And that's going to be another good stop here for Connecticut quad balls. Leo Freed comes up the pitch, slows it up as he's met by Jeanette High. The middle hoop here has now fallen down on Connecticut. Bento gets the no-look pass. Templeton gets a hand on it, and then misses. Bento here from the Connecticut Chasers. Leo Freed, the one-handed catch. He's right through a pick. The no-look pass on a bounce to Blanchfield. Blanchfield goes high and cannot score past Julie Newtzel. Stop to Julie Newtzel. Newtzel to Rarden, and there's some big subs here happening for DCQC. Butler and Bourne now the beater pair. Rarden, Sheridan, Rankin, and High, the quad ball quartet. Rankin, Rarden, then to High. Driving, gets it back to no look to Sheridan, an easy goal there. That's the easiest it's looked for DCQC all game as they cut the lead to 11-5. Bento up top, Freed gets hit from Sheridan. I thought that was from behind, but it was not. Absolutely massive hit from John Sheridan puts Leo Freed into the ground, and there's going to be an injury stoppage here. So DCQC here with a new right in has a nice looking play to score a goal and cut the lead to 11-5. Freed went off and running and was hit by John Sheridan. United States National Development Team. Leo Freed here talking to the head ref. Hopefully he's doing all right. Leo Freed up onto his feet. He's going to head over to the sideline to get checked out. Fingers crossed he's all right. Obviously, also one of the best seekers in the world. So certainly we hope to see him later on today, if not later on in this game, potentially in a yellow headband. And it is going to be a turnover, and that's a big stop from John Sheridan there. As a little bit surprised to see that Sheridan and Rarden had not appeared in this game before now at about the 15-minute mark. Like next right now. So there's actually going to be a penalty on John Sheridan for contact after being dismounted. So it's ultimately not going to take them back to Connecticut, and they have the opportunity to score here on a power play. Rarden's going to take over that green headband, and John Jackson comes in to replace the injured Leo Freed. Jackson goes around the corner on Jeanette High. That brings Sheridan back into this game. It's 12-5 in favor of Connecticut. 2-2 here out of Connecticut. Shu and Havlin back into this one with dodgeball control. High walking all the way in. The shot's no good as that hoop was well defended. Rankin gets it out to Sheridan. Sheridan's beat by Shu. That's going to be a good stop there from Connecticut. That is John Jackson moving up the pitch on this one. Havlin and Shu out a little bit ahead of the quad ball, though doesn't look like DCQC is going to try to do anything about it. John Jackson here, far side with Shu in front. Rarden on that keeper zone line with the green headband. Jackson, far side, playing catch with Blanchfield here, near side, back to Jackson. Jackson goes for the drive, the pass behind to Bento. Bento goes back to Jackson, immediately to Blanchfield. Blanchfield now knocked down by Sheridan, right back to Blanchfield to Nicolay. Marked by Rankin, now to Bento. Bento puts the shot in over the head of John Sheridan. A really nice looking possession there from Connecticut to make it 13-5. Diana Howard now in black headband. Rachel Williams white headband for DCQC. Near side, Rankin now has it. There's no dodgeballs in the play for DCQC. Rankin just airmails it to the Connecticut bench. One was beat before he called immunity. Dinah Howard trying to get some dodgeballs back. It's going to be no dodgeballs here as Max Havlin just runs havoc over DC's half of the pitch. John Jackson goes right past Rarden, puts it through that middle hoop, 14-5. And after the initial immediate success of this quad ball group for DCQC, they really had no luck the last few possessions. John Sheridan now has it far side with speed, going to be met by Sanchez. Gets the pass over to Neutzel. Neutzel gets beat by Shu, as there's still just no dodgeballs for DCQC. I don't think they've had possession of a dodgeball in about 3 plays. John Jackson now, pass to Corey. Corey scores right around Julie Neutzel, 15-5. And Havlin and Shu are just not letting DCQC get a dodgeball here. Neutzel up the pitch. Shu finally picks up a ball as Burgess is all over Max Havlin. We're going to discuss if this shot went through or not, I believe. The goal is good, 15-6. Good shot there for DC. This Burgess is doing his best to get the dodgeball here from Havlin. There's 2 dodgeballs on the ground right now. Adrian Kretzky's off room, and Burgess gets beat out. Neutzel also caught one there. So John Jackson now to Sanchez. No dodgeball still for DCQC. Sanchez goes up and scores. No one guarding that middle hoop. 16-6. I think DCQC at this point is a little bit demoralized. Max Havlin basically just playing against both DCQC beaters by himself, as neither of them has been able to get a ball. Havlin finally rips one. Steinberg dodges it. It's going to mean that DCQC gets one back, but way behind the play. Shu beats out Burgess here as the pass to space. Williams keeps it in. Good play there. Then the little soccer play to get it away from Josh Johnson. Williams behind. McConaughey's beat out. Williams' shot is no good low. Sanchez picks it up off and running, but slows it up before half, as Adrian Kretzky is finally back and able to play defense with a dodgeball for DCQC for the first time it feels like 4 or 5 possessions. Sanchez has it near side with Havlin up front. Goes to beat out Rob Rice. Johnson now has it. Kretzky just makes the beat on Johnson as Sanchez puts his hand in Steinberg's chest and puts him on the ground and then runs through McConaughey. 17-6. And I think that's going to be last possession here. So 17-6 is the score at the 20-minute mark. The set score will be 23. And particularly those last 4 or 5 minutes, Connecticut really started to turn this game from a convincing win into an absolute blowout. It'd be interesting to see here at the 20-minute mark what both teams choose to do with regards to the flag runner. Leo Freed did leave the game earlier for an injury. Unclear if he'll be available to seek here. If he's not, be interested to see if Connecticut just focus on scoring 6 goals, which they've proven here so far they're able to do relatively quickly. DCQC, obviously, if they're going to try to get back into this one, are going to need that flag runner catch, but they might also have decided that the focus here should be to improve their quad ball game a little bit, keep all their attention there, particularly with Josh Johnson on the field. So far, even with dodgeballs, DCQC has had no answer. I think he was able to run free on this pitch. It could be bad news for DCQC. Back to their brings as the wind picks up once again. It's like Mullins and Chico are going to be beating for and Howard will be the beating pair for DCQC. Looks like Annalise Nicole and TJ Jenneret will be the starting seekers for Connecticut and DCQC, respectively. Chris LeCompte, our referee, talking to those seekers here before we get started again. It's going to be DCQC here in the next. Control is with Connecticut. Is back onto the pitch and ready to get this one going again. Once again, the set score is going to be 23 as the score currently stands. Connecticut leads 17-6. She was Mullins and Chico clearly going to cover the flag runner here. Looks like Howard and Rice are going to do the same. Certainly they want to win control back early as the pass goes to Neutzel. Neutzel's going to be marked out here. Gets it to Steinberg. Steinberg picked up by Sanchez. Pass goes to McConaughey. Steinberg now has it. Over the top to Neutzel. Neutzel trying to score through some hands. Stoppage. Contact from behind on a Connecticut player, it looks like. I missed that one, but it could break DCQC's way here. So they now have the opportunity to try to score on a power play. Neutzel gets it to Steinberg. Mullins is able to keep control here as Chico's beat out. Pass goes behind McConaughey. McConaughey to Williams. Williams scores it before Josh Johnson can get there. 17-7 now. And Nicole getting a lot of good looks here on Hodge, the flag runner. Sanchez slowly taking this one up the pitch. Mullins gets just no awareness there that there was a beater behind. Steinberg gets it out to Delk. Delk puts it through. And Sanchez twice now has just absolutely flattened DCQC defenders, putting them into the ground. Steinberg's keeping this one slow. Chico, I thought got beat out, but I guess didn't. Nope, he's called beat. Steinberg to Neutzel. Neutzel shoots it, puts it through 18-8. DCQC's looking all right here, and flag runner on pitch. And there is now a stoppage as TJ Jenneret has the catch. It might be too little too late, but I think a silver lining for this DCQC side could be some pretty good looks, both in the flag runner game as well as scoring chances here with the flag runner on pitch. Score is currently 18-8, the set score of 23. The catch would drop that advantage for Connecticut to 7, though still would be a huge mountain to climb for DCQC. Long discussion here about whether or not the catch was good. I did not see it, so I have absolutely nothing to speculate on.
Watch it, like fucker, just miss that man. And if
Although I do believe the opportunity was set up. Tessa Mullins had run back and then set up with facing the DCQC hoops. You wouldn't be surprised without realizing that Diana Howard had actually been behind the play collecting a dodgeball with a really easy beat on Mullins, who's able to open up some time and space for TJ Generat. Mullins was then given a yellow card for an illegal head beat. But the catch is good, so no time is going to be served on that yellow card. So the score is 18-11. Once again, that yellow card penalty time is negated because the catch was good. A catch, just like a goal, will release a player from the box. So Mullins is going to be considered off broom here and have to go tag up. So Connecticut will be starting with the quad ball here, but with a beater in the box. As again, they're up 18-11, a set score of 23. It's Butler and Rice here have control. Let's see if Connecticut lets this affect them. Or rather, it's not apologies. Let's see if this affects Connecticut or if they can just march their way to victory. Johnson, and the Butler makes a huge catch. Sanchez gets beat out. And then Chico gets beat out. Furlow gets beat out. The kick came through. Josh Johnson gets beat out and just yeets it. That's great play there from Jack Butler and Rob Rice to force that turnover. And then Chico missed a point. Nope, nailed the point blank beat. And everyone's beat out. So Connecticut's going to have control here as all three dodgeballs ended up on their half of the pitch. So far behind, no one's pressing. Connecticut could easily press this and just kiss it. And Neutzel kind of lets that one be thrown out of bounds to give her beaters a chance to get back into the play. Rob Rice trying to throw the dodgeball back against the wind. Koretsky here has it and is going to be able to get back and play a half-court defense here. It's time to move now comes in for Connecticut. Josh Johnson ball handling here. Chaotic past few minutes, although it has not resulted in a goal. Sanchez, near side. McCarty to move the dodgeball team for Connecticut. Steinberg marking Sanchez high. Back to Sanchez, and then to Johnson. Johnson drives, takes right, goes left, scores through Rachel Williams. And again, the only way in here is with a dodgeball, 19-11 in favor of Connecticut. Andrew Button now in the white headband. Riley Stars in green for DCQC. Rob Rice is going to sub out behind the play for Colin Bourne, it looks like. Play with Adrian Koretsky. Boatman to Neutzel. Marked by Frollo. To Bowman. Bowman with Koretsky in front. Connecticut here. Bowman moves right, shoots low, no good. Sanchez picks it up. He starts back for DCQC. Sanchez breaks on. And then Sanchez can't get the finish. Augusta Wynn came through, knocked it out. And a missed opportunity there for Connecticut. With a lead this big, I don't think it'll bite them, but certainly not something that we're going to want to see as they look to make a deep run tomorrow and try to win this tournament. Riley Stars slowly. DeMuth gets beat out, throws the dodgeball after getting beat, but is not penalized for that. Bowman, being marked by Blanchfield, gets it to Stars. Stars finds Bourne. DeMuth coming through, gets a beat. Both players are beat here. High now has it to Stars. Stars gets it to Neutzel, but the pass is low, and that's going to be a stop here for Connecticut. Nicola going to ball handle here for Connecticut. Good look as Johnson Sanchez come. Blanchfield, Nicola Sanchez now has it near side. Going to be picked up by Stars. The no-look pass intercepted by Bowman, and then Stars has it, keeper ball. Josh Johnson is behind, but Stars comes with speed. Sanchez tries to mark, goes to Bowman. Bowman got so wrapped up against Bourne, who makes a catch, that he missed Bowman. Bowman gets hit and brought to the ground. High kicks the ball out. Rankin is going to be first there. Sanchez there to cover. High tries to go for the pick and sets it. Rankin gets it to Stars. Stars, an athletic catch there. It's going to slow this one up, as DCQC is able to win control against Demutha McCratty. Huge wind coming through right now. Stars to Rankin. Now Jennerette back in with the black headband on. Blanchfield goes for the hit. Rankin comes out of it, gets it to Stars. Stars gets met by Sanchez, gets through the hit. Stars takes it all the way himself through Nicolay, 19-12. And DCQC has looked like a different team since the 20-minute mark. They cut that lead to 7. Again, I think it's going to end up being too little too late, but could be some big silver linings here for DCQC as this game starts to roll to a finish. Havlin now in with the black headband for Connecticut. Blanchfield gets it to Johnson. I keep behind. Go back here for DCQC. Handle for near side, middle hoop. Yes, I don't know if you could see it. Just a bit. And Connecticut is slapped once again by DCQC. They grab their way back into this game. Still trailing by 7. With Connecticut continues to shoot the score here. Stoppage to set up the Fallon middle hoop here. Connecticut's defensive edge. Washington is actually standing on the hoop base to flying over again. Seems like an unnecessarily nice thing to do for a defender. Stars here, slow. Pass to Rankin. Rankin back to High. High out and picked up immediately by Blanchfield. Blanchfield after running to Pinto. Pinto back to Blanchfield. Stars was the only defender back. And a classic 2-on-1 drill by Connecticut is now the score here. And it way are Connecticut. Tino Bordone into this game now for DCQC. Stars slow up the pitch. 2-2 defensive set, run all day. Yeah, has it near side. Bordone the option behind, that's where it goes, met by Shu. And then intercepted. Bento has it, gets it to Johnson. Johnson sprinting, only Stars to beat. Stars gets a hand on Johnson, but Johnson's able to put it through. 21-12 is the score now. But that's back plays where Riley Stars is the only defender back. And really no chance either time. If Connecticut's going to get those fast break plays, they're going to end this one quickly. Iannucci gets that one to Burgess. Burgess is kicking one back. It is going to be control here to Connecticut. Rankin gets gets Nicolay around. Templeton comes through sprinting and caught the ball. I think that was called illegal. I'm not sure why. He came through, got nothing but ball. But it's going to be called a turnover. I think somebody said he was off broom, but that'll have to go down as what the call was. Johnson now. In front. Burgess is beat out by Shu. Josh Johnson does not have that middle hoop to shoot on, as it is over. Bento now with it. Marked by Templeton. Johnson now has it again, back up top. Williams beat out by Havlin. Johnson with space. Slowly whacking it forward. Johnson gets it out. All 4 chaser defenders went to Josh Johnson, which left Annalisa Nicolay wide open. It's 22-12. And after DCQC really looked the better team for much of the 20 minutes, Havlin and Shu come in and kind of close it out here for Connecticut as they need just one more to win. DCQC trailing them by 10. Bordone near side has the quad ball. Templeton the option up top. Williams down low. Bordone's going to run it himself. Butler gets a beat off on Havlin. Shu now with some dodgeballs out. There's no dodgeballs. Shu is able to find one. Johnson slows it up. Pushes off Templeton. Williams steps in. Williams is beat out. Templeton is beat out here. Is after some athletic plays from Burgess is not going to win control back. Butler got a block off and then beat Havlin. Johnson comes through. That one scores. And that is that, folks. 23-12 is the final score. DCQC was able to come down with the flag runner pull in this one. The story was really DCQC had absolutely no answers for Max Havlin, Lulu Shu, or Josh Johnson. So Connecticut, with probably what their toughest game of the day was going to be, looks poised to win this pool. DCQC will have to regroup before the next game. We will. Thank you.
I don't know the next game. Good luck. Like, hockey.
I'll check in a bit.
Yeah.